Hello, everyone, and welcome to the One United podcast. This is Wali and Paritosh Joshi back with you all. And finally, the Premier League is back with us. और सुबह में हमने in fact शाम में भी कुछ matches होते हैं, भी कुछ चल रहे हैं. Arsenal अपना match जीती 3-0 victory over Chris scoring once again. Apart from that, a few more matches going on. Newcastle won as well. And
Yep.
we will discuss about the big game, which is tomorrow, the Manchester Derby, City versus United. So very much
Mm.
excited for that, यार भाई. तो it's been a while since we actually saw some good football.
Yeah.
एंड सबसे पहले तो हम यहाँ पे बात करेंगे, शुरुआत करेंगे इस भाई साहब के बारे में. बात हमें कर ही नहीं थी लास्ट टाइम. सो लेट्स टॉक अबाउट योर फेवरेट गोलकीपर Andre Onana. How do you feel now that he's finally not in United anymore?
Elated. Elated. Although I always support a player who plays for my club, but right now the situation as it was, it's better that we part ways as soon as possible. He was nowhere near his best, and we were nowhere near our best with him in the side. So I think it's a fair decision, and it's good for him. He'll be earning more there, which is bonkers. I'm not able to wrap my head around that, but I'm quite
How much
happy
is he
that
earning? मुझे नहीं पता
I
कितना
think
कर रहा है.
he'll get an additional bonus. They are covering his wages, plus he'll earn more because he signed for that side. I don't know how they are managing it, but that is the deal in place.
That's great, yeah. And on the other side, people were actually quite excited. The fans were actually quite excited that he's in their team. And similarly, हमने
Although
वही same reaction.
although I feel that he'll be able to perform better there because there'll be less eyeballs on him, less pressure, and it'll be far better. You as at Manchester United, it's very difficult once you go down. It's that's the same reason मेरे को बहुत respect है हैरी मैगवायर का because इतने ज़्यादा criticism के बाद there are very few handful of players throughout the history of the game who can come back like this after being straight away rejected and uh, everybody unanimously said that he's not good enough, but he has proven himself now. So I have huge respect for him, and that is an anomaly. That doesn't happen. We
Yeah.
have seen many players who just went down and were never able to recover, including the likes of Anthony Martial, who was a proven talent, who played well for us in many seasons. But once you are in that slippery slope, it's very difficult to get back.
I understand, yeah, completely. बिल्कुल सही कर रहा है. And finally, he's off. Uh, और क्या ही बात करें, जितने भी बात करें, I think there was a compilation of the errors that he had made. He had his great moments as well, but the errors that he made,
But
especially.
I'd also like to make a request for all the faithful that just back the new player. Lemons is not a finished product. He'll make mistakes and we'll also feel frustrated. But if we get on his back, he'll be able to develop and nurture into a great talent that everybody wants him to. He's supposed to be the next in line after Thibaut Courtois for Belgium. And a player like that, you shouldn't mess him up mentally, especially in a young age. And we are infamous for doing that. So I just want to anybody who's listening to, even if there are few performances here and there in the season where we are shocked that how this has happened, I want us to just stay with the player and not completely dismiss him, which happens very often at United.
But yes, we will talk about Lemons as well. अभी हम ओनाना के बारे में तो बात कर ही लिया हमने. I wish him good luck. I hope अच्छा करे वहाँ पे. But recently, Ruben Amorim also spoke about a show of faith in Alte Bayindir. By the way, he's not starting tomorrow.
Mhm.
Lemons जो है Paritosh, he's not starting
Yes,
tomorrow.
yes, I know
So
Bayindir is starting here.
yeah. So what Amorim has said over here, as you can see, I think sometimes to connect with Andre Onana did a very good season in Inter. The quality is there, but the club sometimes things is getting harder and harder in this club. I believe in Alte he is ready to play. That's what he has clearly said. So he is ready to play. Do you actually back Amorim's decision over here, or do you think that he's making a mistake by not featuring Lemons in this game?
No, I think it's good because I don't want a new player, a young player especially, who has not had the taste of top flight football to just being thrown into the wolves in the first game and then he'll never be able to recover his confidence because everybody will say in the pressure match when this player can't perform, how can we expect him to be a long-term solution? And with the big game comes a lot of eyeballs. I'll want a player like that to feature against a side where the risk is lesser and chances of us being under the pressure is a lot less. Although we'll be under pressure many times in the season, but we just want to lessen the probability of a new player uh, not being able to develop confidence in the very first game.
So I think he's going to gel him in quite slowly and quite steadily within the team. But at the same time, the pressure is completely on Bayindir because he hasn't been up to the mark as well. He's also made a lot of mistakes, and on the corner, he's also been quite tentative. So, he has his time to prove himself now. I do not have much confidence in him, but let's see what happens. And
Yeah.
I am the good thing is that City are not that good in set pieces or corners. And of course, fluid football is something that they are really good at, but
I
City are not
mean,
that
there is
team.
Haaland. Haaland is always an aerial threat, so
Yeah,
you can
and
count them out.
so that's one area that does concern me. But let's see what happens. So Bayindir is
Mm.
definitely starting tomorrow, but at the same time, we have another big news is that Cunha is missing the game tomorrow as well as Mason Mount due to injuries. As per
Yeah,
Amorim, Cunha खुद चाहता है, he himself has said that he wants to play, but they're carefully
but
assessing his
not risking
situation
him.
until
Yeah,
yeah. So, do you think finally Benjamin Sesko gets his first start in the Premier League tomorrow?
I think he does. Now we have very few options, at least for the striking position, and I think Sesko could get his start. I'll. I'm also skeptical at the moment because he's just getting to the pace of the league. He अभी time लग रहा है थोड़ा, and although this is too early, but sometimes games like this can make or break a season also for the player. But I think he's had the taste of the top flight. He's had the taste of what Amarim wants out of him. So I think it's not that bad. I don't actually feel that he'll be under a lot of scrutiny or he'll perform badly because he has had some experience. He is performing well. He's training well. It's only a matter of time before he scores because he has always been a real threat in all the time that he has played right now at United. So I expect something similar, and I want him to gel with Buemo, Bruno, players like that who create a lot. So that will also clear things for me how he performs with these kind of players.
Well, सेस्को का मेरा यही कंसर्न है. At the same time, see, again, like you said, जैसे ओनाना के पास pressure था. Of course, any new player who comes to United, he will feel
Mm,
the pressure. It's completely different from any other club, and I
mm,
think that he's a young lad. Of course, he was excited to join United. I hope his feet remain to the ground, but at the same time, he should have confidence enough to think that he is worthy enough to play for this club because. दूसरी एंड पे अगर तू देखेगा विक्टर योकेरेस हैज बैक 3 goals. एजे आल्सो हैड एन असिस्ट टुडे. तो काफी डेब्यूटेंट्स जो है दूसरे क्लब्स के लिए दे आर एक्चुअली डूइंग डिसेंटली वेयर यू लुक एट जैक ग्रीलिश 4 assists in 2 games. So of course when you're
mm.
playing for Manchester United all the limelight and all everyone is basically focusing on you. So और ऊपर से वो 007 वाला मीम जो है वो चलते रहेगा जब
Ah,
तक ये एक गोल या असिस्ट नहीं होगा. So I have faith in him. I see a lot of ability, but at the same time, we need to have patience. We need to manage our expectations with him because at the same time, I think Amorim is also going with that same philosophy. क्योंकि अगर तू
mm,
देखता है कुनिया फिट होता है तो he's the one who's leading the line of attack. So I think
yeah.
वो भी उस पर इतना प्रेशर डाल नहीं रहा है. वो भी उसको हल्के से जेल इन कर रहा है. But I think tomorrow is the game that he would actually start because if he doesn't, मुझे लगता है गलत पड़ जाएगा वो उसके कॉन्फिडेंस के लिए. What do you feel?
Mm. हाँ, वो ये कि अगर एकदम से बहुत ज्यादा खराब परफॉर्मेंस हो गई, इजी
Paritosh there?
चांसेस मिस हो गए, उतना ज्यादा कंटिन्यूएशन ऑफ
Are you there, brother?
यस यस आई एम एबल टू
Hello.
लिसन. मेरे
Okay,
को आ रही है आवाज.
yeah. हाँ
आई एम नॉट एबल टू
हाँ, आ रही
हियर
है क्लियर
मी.
क्लियर है ब्रो.
तो मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ कि इशू यही है कि अगर एक खराब परफॉर्मेंस ऑल द स्क्रूटिनी कुछ चांसेस मिस होंगे तो उसके बाद बहुत इजीली, क्योंकि हाई प्रेशर गेम में यही होता है, अगर आपका परफॉर्मेंस थोड़ा डिप करेगा तो बहुत इजीली पीपल विल टर्न ऑन यू, देयर विल बी क्वेश्चंस एवरीवेयर and you want him to score as soon as possible in the league to just get past that initial barrier, that mental block if you say so. तो मेरे को वही है कि यहाँ पर शेस्को, although he's a talented player, he'll do well, I know, पर the kind of fixtures that we have, although ये बहुत easy statement हो जाता है बोलना कि यूनाइटेड है यहाँ पे, you'll face tough games, there'll be tough games later half of the season as well, पर हमारे शुरू के 5 गेम्स बहुत एकदम से ही हाई प्रेशर गेम्स आ गए हैं थोड़े, 2-3 उनमें से. हालांकि दिस विल बी द लास्ट ऑफ देम, जहाँ उसके बाद से थोड़ा ईज ऑफ करेगा. तो
चेल्सी के साथ भी एक बीच में
हाँ,
ओल्ड ट्रैफर्ड
हाँ
पे.
खैर चेल्सी इज आल्सो अ ग्रेट टीम राइट नाउ.
हम्म.
ऑल्दो सिटी डिफेंसिवली दे आर लीकिंग, दे आर नॉट इन द बेस्ट ऑफ फॉर्म्स. So we
Yeah.
have our chance, and we have played good football up until now in many patches. Although you can say that हम control बहुत कम time के लिए कर रहे हैं games को, but I feel that we'll be able to do well.
I think कल मैंने एक stat देखा था कि हमारे जो XG है, it's much higher than Liverpool's XG so far, and keep in mind that
Hmm.
Liverpool have won all their games in the league so far. So again, not taking our chances, and that is the reason why we are actually where we are in the league at this moment of time. Although it's early doors, chances बन रहे, sustain नहीं कर पा रहे, और finishing बहुत बुरी हो रही है again, जो हमारी problem
Hmm.
last season. So I hope that changes uh, as we go ahead. And Sesko पे वही बोलूँगा यार, take it easy. I hope he does have the ability. He does make the right runs. Physicality, yeah. Again, we saw that leap that he did against Burnley. So if we actually provide the service to him, he will be feasting with a lot of goals. And that's what I feel. लेकिन सिटी के बारे में बात करते हैं यार, अब यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा सिटी का टच करते हैं. सिटी
Hmm.
पिछले एक दो सीजन से, इनफैक्ट लास्ट सीजन भी, ऑल्दो दे फिनिश्ड ऑब्वियसली टॉप 4 में आए थे, लेकिन वो वाली इंटिमिडेटिंग सिटी वाली बात नहीं है. एंड इवन व्हेन वी फेस
Because the
देम.
team is nowhere close, na. अभी De Bruyne चला गया इस साल. They don't have the likes of Riyad Mahrez. They don't have the likes of Gundogan, the likes of Bernardo Silva at his peak, and these kind of players, they changed everything for City in various parts of the season. अगर तेरे को याद हो, दिसंबर तक एक टीम खेलती थी, उसके बाद रियाद माहरेज वगैरह खेलता था लाइन से, और वो 18-19 गेम ऑन अ ट्रॉट जीत जाते थे. This is the same way they defeated Liverpool, the same way they defeated Arsenal in the later half of the season. लेकिन उनके पास उस तरह का स्क्वाड डेप्थ नहीं है. हुलियन अल्वारेज भूल रहे हैं हम लोग. He was
Yeah.
fundamental in them winning for 1 or 2 seasons. So these kind of players are not there. The pressure is mounting. उन्होंने हालांकि they have made some very good buys. There's Mamouche, there's Shirky, who is amazing at his given point of time. But I think Shirky शायद खेल नहीं रहा ये वाला मैच. He's not in the side.
Marmoush
चोट
is
वोट
also
लग गई है
injured.
कुछ.
Yeah.
हाँ तो
Marmoush is also injured. Turkey is also. Yeah.
दिस इज नॉट द सेम सिटी. और उस सिटी को भी हम हरा चुके हैं एट डिफरेंट पॉइंट्स. ऑल्दो वी आर नॉट दैट टीम, वी आर वेरी डिफरेंट राइट नाउ. हम लोग भी अपनी आइडेंटिटी फाइंड कर रहे हैं अभी. बट आई थिंक वी आर स्टिल केपेबल इनफ एट दिस पॉइंट टू एटलीस्ट गेट समथिंग आउट ऑफ द गेम, इफ नॉट
Yeah.
एवरीथिंग.
हाँ, क्योंकि अगर तो लास्ट सीजन भी देखेंगे, वी फिनिश 14th or 15th, या ऑफ कोर्स. और अवे में भी, मतलब एतिहाद में भी, वी वन दैट गेम. इवन एट ओल्ड ट्रैफर्ड इट वाज 0-0, एंड वी हैड सम प्रीटी गुड चांसेस टू एक्चुअली secure a win. So despite us being bad, I think City was one of our more comfortable games last season, and that is, uh, I'm not saying that we can expect that in the next game, but at the same time, this City doesn't strike fear in me that like it used to in the past 3-4 seasons. Of course, Pep Guardiola ka bhi, I think it's his last season with City. He's going to sign off, and at the same time, like transitional phase चल रहा है इनका transitional phase चल रहा है. So make the most of it. United should make the most
एक्सटेंड
of
तो
it.
किया अपना.
एक सीजन और का किया था ना, तो आई थिंक इज दिस द लास्ट
उसने
सीजन
अपना
और इज देयर अनदर
कॉन्ट्रैक्ट
सीजन.
एक्सटेंड.
एक साल के लिए किया था, और आई थिंक, इफ
आई
आई एम
थिंक
नॉट
एक
रॉन्ग.
और है उसके बाद.
हाँ,
आई थिंक
बट
क्योंकि
कोई.
इस साल होना था एक्सपायर, लेकिन आई थिंक 27 प्रॉब्लम.
हम्म. तो खैर, मैं वही कह रहा हूँ कि इनका ट्रांजिशनल सीजन जा रहा है. आई थिंक चल रहा है, क्योंकि पेप गार्डियोला का भी मुझे लगता है कि ही नीड्स अ ब्रेक नाउ फ्रॉम सिटी. आई थिंक ही इज गोना गो टू सम अदर क्लब इन अ फ्यू इयर्स. एंड एट द सेम टाइम, लाइक यू सेड, सम की प्लेयर्स जो है, जो सीनियर प्लेयर्स थे, दे आर नॉट अवेलेबल. मतलब वो चल जा चुके हैं. न्यू प्लेयर्स कमिंग इन, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा. And plus the league has adapted, and the league has become more physical, and it has changed to what it was earlier. It's become more physical, more tenacious. और इसीलिए मुझे लगता है कि we do have a good chance. मुझे honestly लगता है कि we do have a good chance. We just need to take our chances. So that's
या
the feeling that I have. और मतलब, do you want to say something else, or तेरे को जाना है? You can go if you want.
अभी
That's
I'll take your leave. अभी
okay.
I'll take your leave. If I can come back, I will come
Yeah.
back. But कल ट्राई करता हूँ मैं, अगर if I'm able to do something before the game, आधे घंटे का ही, we'll try then as well, कि build up type stream will do. अभी के लिए I
ठीक है.
think this is it. And for the prediction for the game, I think कल करूँगा मैं prediction. I want to come live कल. I want to see how people are reacting to the
तो no prediction भी,
situation.
तो prediction अभी नहीं देगा मतलब.
नहीं, कल, because I want to do something tomorrow before the game.
चल सही है. ओके. ठीक है भाई दोस्त, थैंक्स फॉर
Okay.
जॉइनिंग इन भाई.
Thank
वी
you,
कैन
Lee.
गो नाउ. विल सी यू
Thank you
टुमारो.
so much. And sorry, it was a
ओके,
short
नो
stint, but
प्रॉब्लम भाई.
a long one.
कोई मसला नहीं है. मैं भी बस थोड़ी देर
Okay.
करूंगा उसके बाद I'll be off. Okay.
Okay.
So that was the case. That was Paritosh with us, and like I said, it's an exciting Super Sunday. It's against City, and uh, let's retrospect as to what has happened so far with United. See, we have featured in 4 fixtures so far. We had our first game against Arsenal. We played pretty good. Everyone was pretty much, they were pleasantly surprised with how we performed because that was something that no one was expecting out of United. Considering Arsenal finished second last season and the season before that, they've been actually one of the teams to beat. You know, although of course they did win, it was a blunder by Bayindir, but the pressure was constantly on them. So we did perform quite well in that game. The next game, I think, was against Fulham. Yes, we had again phases of brilliance, especially in the first half. Faded away in the second half, although we did get a goal, and lapse of concentration once again in the defensive areas and conceding. So that ended as a draw. That was 1-1. Then came the nightmare, which was against Grimsby Town. Uh, Eventually lost that on penalties. I think 11 penalties went in for both sides. So yeah, another Onana masterclass. Then finally we ended up securing our first win of the season, which was against um, Burnley, yes. So again, good performance in the first half. We had quite a few chances. If we actually took those chances, it would have been 3 or 4 nil in the first half itself, and it would have been good night Burnley. But again, we scored just one in the first half, then let Burnley come back again. Then we scored a second, then they scored a second, and then of course a 90th minute penalty. Bruno Fernandes secured the first 3 points of the season. So it was a nervy game, a game which we should have won comfortably at Old Trafford, and that is exactly what I now want to see. See, we are playing some decent football. We are getting to see a blueprint of what Amorim is trying to do. Now, some people are still against him and against his process. And of course, fair enough, because if you look at his results, 28 games, 27 wins. That is something which is appalling for a club like Manchester United as well. Uh, but at the same time, when you hear him talk, when you hear him communicate with the fans, with the media, uh, this is me personally. I do not know what your opinion on the matter is, but the way he actually tries to display what he's trying to do, communicates what he's trying to do, and even the things that he's done so far by bringing in the players, by letting out the players, by letting the players go. It's been an exodus of sorts. So, I completely back that. And like I said, the performances, they haven't been horrible. It's not like it's been a disaster class. It's just that, like I said, if we actually take our chances that we actually create, then we might be able to do something. And at the same time, um, the Kobe Mano situation is also something which is my area of concern with Amorim. So I hope he utilizes him in the right manner because a talent like Kobe Mano is quite rare. You need to trust that boy, and you need to play him forward, or you need to play him in the I don't know as the number 10. You need to integrate a place, and at the same time, I expect Mano to also work his socks out because he knows that he has the talent, but if he actually wants to cement a place, then he has to completely work out for it. Because Bruno Fernandes, I don't think he's going to get dropped very soon. So against City, see, I have high hopes. I have high hopes. City have been struggling this season. At the same, Man City. Whenever we talk about Man City, the last 6 7 years, it's always been that super team that blows teams away, that doesn't give any team that didn't give any team a chance to actually, even create a chance. So, this last 2 seasons has been a little. The last season as well as the start of the season has been an underwhelming from their standards, and which is why I think that we can actually do something, especially on the counter, because United in the transition is dangerous with the pace that they've got. And Boomer on one side, complementing him would be Ahmad uh, from the back as a wing back. Then you've of course got your Dorgu, Patrick Dorgu on one side as well. Then you have Benjamin Sesko. Of course, it'll be interesting to see if it'll be Diallo or Mazraoui. I'm totally in favor of Mazraoui to start. So we've got that pace. We've got that pace to actually break the lines and get those vital goals. Will it be done tomorrow? That'll be interesting to see. And at the same time, will we actually not have any more defensive lapses in concentration? That's been a major issue with us over the past 2 seasons. I hope we fix that out. and that is something which, of course, Amorim also addressed in a sense when he was talking about Onana. Uh, Lemons, of course, we need to give him a little bit of time. I was in favor of him actually starting tomorrow. If you actually want your goalkeeper to cement his place and make a name for himself, you throw him in the deep end of the pool, and it wouldn't have been. It would have actually been because at the same time, Bayindir is also going to be under pressure because he knows that, of course, Lemens is most likely to come in my place, so I have to do my best. No matter what. What if I have this small chance of actually becoming the number one? You never know. Maybe this might be in his head. If he actually puts in a blinder of a performance, this might be there. So at the same time, this can be a little nerve wracking as well. Now it's up to him how does he handle this situation. This is like golden opportunity to do something. And once if you're not able to handle those nerves well enough, then there are more mistakes between the sticks, and that's something which we have seen from his end as well. So he can't be excused either when it comes to goalkeeping errors. Onana was, of course, he had his moments, but at the same time, Bayindir has had several moments too for against United. I'm not in favor of it. Apart from the Arsenal game, of course, if you remember the FA Cup with 10 men, that was like one of the top performances by a goalkeeper in a long, long time. So, anyways, for the game tomorrow, I feel United are will definitely build off that recent win against Burnley. It's at the Etihad, but at the same time, we do have the experience of beating them at the Etihad. Our record against them in the last few games has been decent. So I have high hopes. I feel that we might be able to actually secure something against them. Now, will it be a win? Will it be a draw? Uh, I don't know. I'm quietly confident. I feel that we might actually be able to get something from this game. We actually might be able to get something from this game. It'll be interesting to see if Donnarumma starts for Manchester City. You know, so yeah, I have high hopes. I would say, although Paritosh hasn't given his prediction, I would say that United might be able to sneak a win. It's going to be 2-1, similar to the scoreline that was last season when Ahmad scored that uh, winner in injury time. So high hopes. Let's see what happens. United are back in action. The Premier League is back in action. Definitely looking forward to it. So I think that's about it, guys. It was short, brief, and crisp. We will hopefully be coming tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then for a review of the game. And I hope that it's going to be a positive one. So until then, do take very good care of yourselves. This is Wali signing off from United. Take care.